Good morning. Good morning. This is John Presso coming to you live from Springfield, Oregon. It's 7:20 a.m. in the morning, and I'm here to talk about forming the Oregon Shakespeare Society, which I did this morning about 4:20. Um, I'm going to bring um, the camera closer here. That's what you want to call it. I'm filming from my computer. Let me just show you a little bit. There's my Christmas tree. There's my grandfather's ship, the USS Constitution. Sir Isaac Hall was um, one of my great grandfathers. Out there is my Santa Claus, which I have not brought in, or I've never turned off the light for almost 30 days now. There's my painting of my muse and the hill with the pages carrying the electoral vote safety. So this is uh, basically my studio area. I'm hoping to get back to some painting. I have so much work to do, so many ideas that just increased now with the discovery that I can't see my Santa, that my alleged relative, Sir Thomas Wilson, knew Sir Walter Raleigh, and apparently stayed at the Tower of London with him, allegedly as a boy. She's right over my shoulder here. Oh yeah, there you can see my Santa. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the coat of arms I designed for the Praskowitz, my last name, came from Bohemia. And as far as I can ascertain by looking at names, books and names at the University of Oregon, uh, Braskiewicz means Abrasius. So I made this coat of arms. I should get it registered, huh? So much to do. So let's see. Okay. there. Okay. The Oregon Shakespeare Society. So I found out that my alleged relative, Sir Thomas Wilson, uh, allegedly uh, was a fake prisoner sent to extract information from Sir Walter Raleigh when he was accused of treason when he went off to find El Dorado and gold in New Guinea. He'd already gone to the New World to look for gold. Of course, he founded a colony in uh, the Americas, and with the connection to the Wilson family, from which John Wilson descends, who was the first, he was the head of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. That was a Puritan enterprise that came out of Windsor. Whew. This is quite amazing information to find the Windsor Raleigh connection, because uh, they have relatives. They're connected through the wives of Raleigh, Carew and Elizabeth Throckmorton. Throckmorton is related to Parr, Catherine Parr, of the Webb family, the Arden family, and the Wilson family. So the idea that uh, Sir Walter Raleigh didn't know Robert Wilson is highly unlikely. Uh, he um, Thomas Wilson was on the Privy Council, as was Raleigh's wife. Bess was her nickname, but Elizabeth Throckmorton was on the Privy Council, and she was very close to Queen Elizabeth, as was Thomas Wilson. So uh, I believe his wife, Sir Walter Raleigh's wife, came to the Tower, where he was allowed to have guests in the shed, a shed on the grounds of the Tower. And Wilson uh, lived there at the Tower. He was an inquisitor. He tortured the enemies of Queen Elizabeth in the Tower. So he was, I believe, he's already established there as a judge and inquisitor, a Protestant inquisitor. And when Raleigh came there, was arrested. It's like, hey, my kin, blood, you know, what are you doing here? What happened? Uh, Bacon and Ben Jonson were visitors at the shed on the prison grounds. And this is quite an amazing and even romantic story. Elizabeth Throckmorton and Raleigh were married secretly against without royal approval, and they kept it secret. Their marriage secret for Queen Elizabeth I, which was a no-no because there's things going on, in the court and Privy Council that uh, the Queen and the Protestant Queen did not want others to know about. In fact, Wilson is uh, basically a spy. I believe he was the head of the Queen's master spies. And this comes from John Dee, who was came up with the number 007. And John Dee knew the Rosenbergs, which apparently are Thomas's Bohemian ancestors, the Schwarzenberg family. Boy, I downloaded a lot of information yesterday, just a lot, and I had to take 2 naps because I got this head, rather enlarged, high forehead head, and I was depressed, of course, because when you're a gifted genius, I guess, you're oppressed, like at least I was. Uh, Imagine if I wasn't oppressed, but I'm doing very well. Maybe if I wasn't oppressed, I would not have found amazing discoveries. That is a lot of brilliant, famous people in history. Have been put in prison, have been tortured, and i.e. Jesus. From the lineage of King David. You read the Bible, and a lot of bad things happen to good people. A lot of them saints, but we overcome, and it's that dichotomy, duality of this. So I already theorized. I already started a book, a rose amongst the wood roses. Wood roses are the wild men in the forest, and it's about my alleged kin, uh, Abigail uh, Webb Wilson, uh, going on the ship the Puritans to the Americas. And I'm related to the Alexander Webb and the Webb family, which is the only family you could be related to and be related to Shakespeare. But now I'm looking at Sir Walter Raleigh, and I neglected him for all these years. He just never came up in the massive study that I got going. A lot of it's on my blog, Roy Rosamond Press. A lot of it appears still. I do have a friend that I verbalize. I'm going to name him, Casey Farrell. He's got a photographic memory. We have conversations which are just, they've got to be televised or recorded, a radio show, something. And I wish he'd hopefully we get him a computer where he can do what I'm doing, shit before on YouTube uh, and record uh, what he knows. And we both have had interest in Sir Francis Drake, who landed in California and declared California, uh, the property of Queen Elizabeth I. And so you add Walter Raleigh to the mix uh, of Sir Francis Drake, and you have me here in Oregon, a descendant of the Webb, Shakespeare, Wilson family, and John Wilson, head of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, and established the first church in Boston. He was born at Windsor Castle. His father lived there. There's some news now that the Princess Diana's sons want to go live at Windsor. And of course, they understand that's where the action is, and they're right. Uh, the city or the village of Windsor seems to have been a mecca for this family that Delilah Bacon uh, talks about. Delilah Bacon has a theory that Sir Walter Raleigh uh, and his close associates and family, she doesn't quite get into the family. Another author does, and he produced a genealogy that's quite amazing. You can find that on Roy Rosamond uh, Press uh, under founding the Oregon Shakespeare Society, OSS. So this comes to America, folks. It comes to Oregon. We've got in Ashland the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, excuse me, and I'm going to try to coordinate my knowledge with them, let them know uh, that there's a connection to Great Britain, England, and Shakespeare, and the Americas, and now Western United States uh, through me, and this revelation that Thomas Wilson and Sir Walter Raleigh uh, could have written books together, could have written some of the plays together. I suspect that Elizabeth Raleigh or uh, Throckmorton could have been could have had access to what you call mask plays that were held at the court of King Henry VIII, and from where they came uh, is to be discovered. Uh, the Arden family is supposed to be traced before William the Conqueror, and of course they would be Catholic. The Ardens are a Catholic, well-known Catholic family that were pressure to become Protestants. And there's a lot of iconography battles going on here. It looks like the Shakespeare, Webb, Wilson, and Sir Walter Raleigh were caught up in that with King James, uh, Mary Queen of Scots is in this group. So if Raleigh is betrayed the Privy Council or betrayed this uh, mask, this is what I'm really looking at, that there was a secret mask uh, that the royalty practiced and performed amongst themselves, which identified themselves with a secret cult, culture, lineage. Uh, Delilah Bacon suggests that there was code used, and Sir Thomas Wilson was a spy. There were spies at the Rhodes Theater. They wrote codes, and where am I going with this? Okay, so when you run into two thoughts on something. So anyway, I'm going to, I'm campaigning, I'm going to try to, in the next couple of days, officially make myself a candidate for governor of Oregon, and promoting the Oregon Shakespeare Society will be part of my campaign. I believe Oregon needs a source of to ground or to begin again a intellectualism that was unique to Oregon, that began with the liberal hippie left here in Oregon, perhaps to the Kesey family, but that has not produced any intellectualism for over 25 years, unfortunately. And unfortunately, there's no intellectualism coming out of the University of Oregon, if anymore or ever. So I'm going to put this hat on because I'm going to be talking about that we're on the verge of war with Russia. Sir Thomas Wilson was in the Privy Council, and the people around Queen Elizabeth and Henry VIII were involved in whether England goes to war and with who. And Sir Walter Raleigh got caught up in that. Apparently, he made some wrong choices, and he lost his head. So, to connect him as possibly a author or a scholar and a poet who compiled the core of Shakespeare's work that possibly was handed to Thomas, who handed it to the Webbs and the Ardens and Shakespeare to complete what was recorded in the Tower of London, the Garden Ship. Okay, this is John Presco. Thank you for listening. I'm going to have to find, oh, here it is, to turn this off. And I'll be making another video right now about the war footing that we're in and how we're going to handle this as a culture and as a people. Okay.